Opie sounds good.
All right, let's talk Opie.
My buddy.
You're good pal.
Former co-host.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What has there been any movement on that? Do you ever throw Opie a message and say, "Hey, if you want to get the band back together"?
No. Right now, I'm just sending him pictures of my tomatoes to rub it in, to stick it to him. His tomatoes aren't doing well.
Good. I can't wait for that day where he's like, Cardiff, enough of the tomato pictures. Enough. I'm not having you on my podcast. Enough of the tomatoes.
You're just gonna block me for tomato pictures for produce.
Yeah, so I like to see what the Opester is up to, and he's on his live stream, and boy, it seems like he's having a heck of a fun time because Opie has managed to travel back into the 90s, I guess, where I saw him on an FU Friday, a Hoodaman Friday. He's got all these fun bits that he does. So I wanted to check in because we've seen Opie get angry a lot. And I wanted to see something that like makes him happy on an FU Friday, see what his vibe is.
I will never, and I mean never, ever say ever again, oh, do you have a widow earache, do you? Oh, do you have a widow earache? I will never, ever, ever say that again, and that's how I start my live stream.
Finally, first of all, those are the first words said on the show, so it's kind of a tease. And it's like you brought up Anthony a second ago, Craig. It's like if Anthony started a show and was like, listen, my war with black people is over. What? Why gotta hear this? Like, Opie's gonna stop talking about earaches? Finally.
I was wondering.
What led to this? What amazing experience is he about to tell us about that led to him? Because we all know his constant battle with earache people. Someone's like, I have an earache. And Opie's like, oh, are you a widow girl? I've listened to a lot of Opie and Anthony. I don't remember that necessarily, but I'll admit I've been I've tapped out the last few years. So maybe it's a newer bit that he's been doing with these earache victims. Opie to earaches is like Chris to sexual assault.
That's right.
Island on a glorious day. Look at that ocean. My God, the ocean has finally sat down, which is good. That means game on, but not for me. No, not for me. Put these drops in your ear 3 times a day and make sure you don't go in the water for about 3 or 4 days. I've said
this about Rosie O'Donnell's TikTok is one of two things. We watch her from time to time on Who Are These Socials, Thursdays at 6. Craig, that's a podcast I do with Carl.
That's right.
Who Are These Podcasts? You've never heard of it, but if you want to check it out, it's Thursdays at 6.
The banter.
Well, we do banter, but we also talk about Rosie O'Donnell from time to time. And I always say Rosie's videos are like calls with Nana, where she's like, I fed my squirrels today, and I went to the market, and oh, isn't that Donald Trump a menace?
She would love your tomato pictures.
She would, yes, exactly.
I got to disagree. I've never jerked off to a call with Nana.
Well, that's she's very sexy, but I'm leaving that part out. I don't ogle her like that.
Well, you should.
But that's also what Opie's show is like, where you tune in and you hear, all right, what's old man Hughes cranky about today? And he's like, I don't like earaches. I don't like going to the doctor. He's like Andy Rooney without all the observations.
I have a feeling, though, it's Opie's the one with the earaches. It's not going to be the kids. It's him. And he's mad that he can't go in the ocean because of his earaches. He just had his drops put in.
Well, yes, he did save a life the other day. I heard Carl talking about that as well. He saved someone's life, apparently. But this is the aftermath. This is what you don't hear. This is the saga you don't hear about heroes. Like, old war vets with the ringing in their ears and the flashbacks and all the trauma that they deal with. That's kind of what Opie is dealing with now with this earache.
I got knocked out of doing my live stream for 2 days.
Mozart losing his piano
over an earache. That's why I haven't been around in 2 days, because I had an earache. Oh, widow earache. Oh, does your ear hurt? Yeah, it effing hurts.
Can I tell you? If Craig came on the stream today and I was like, how you doing, buddy? And he was like, I got a little bit of an earache. I go, that sucks.
I don't
What is this stigma of like, you know how if you say you have an earache, people hit you in the nuts and then bash you over the head and go, "Oh, does that hurt, nerd?" Like, I don't know this stigma that is attached to earaches.
You know what, Mike? I think if I had an earache, I don't even know if I would tell you.
But I would almost, but I would almost understand from Craig if he's saying I have an earache, it's going to be hard to do the show because he wears headphones.
Right. Oh, true.
So,
yeah.
Right. Opie's not wearing headphones. Like, you know, like if you had AirPods in or something, yeah, an earache would be uncomfortable.
No, sit on a windy, sandy beach. That'll help it.
The themes of today's show is Chris D'Elia is like, why aren't we blaming the victims more? I don't really get why all this perpetrator blame when we should blame the victims. And Opie's shining a light on why are we humiliating earache victims? Like, that's the cause that he has taken up. He's like, enough is enough. People with earaches have suffered in silence for far too long.
Can you imagine if like Opie's like just doing this to file some type of disability claim? Can't do my show anymore because of chronic earaches. I need to be paid.
Well, in that case, it's genius. It's about time he thought of something.
Thinking to myself, A, have you ever had an earache? B, if you did, when was the last time you had an earache? I don't know the answer to those two questions. All I know is,
fine.
I guess saving that gal or help saving those two kids a few days ago. I got something called swimmer's ear. Well, you know, you're going to get that if you're in a riptide with two young kids trying to help them out, trying to help them get to shore. And there's water.
That's the price of being a hero.
You know, it's actually awesome that he did that, but it's like, let other people talk about it.
Oh, I guess you're asking me, Opie, did you get that when you were out saving lives? Yes, I did, as a matter of fact.
Okay. He's not trying to get government assistance. He's setting up a lawsuit.
He's trying to get the Medal of Honor.
He's going to sue that father.
Those pesky kids gave me an ear owie.
All around you, it's going to get in your ear. And man, is it going to cause severe pain, severe.
Navy SEALs couldn't even save that kid.
I know you guys are familiar with Jocktober.
No.
Can you imagine the laughs the boys would have had if Sam Roberts presented them a clip where he's like, this is how they start the show. And it's one of those old man DJs. And he's like, my ear hurts. My ear hurts today. Imagine the riffing they would do. And you might say, hey, listen, Opie, it's just a quick aside. It's like us talking about Craig demanding that we start talking about his Bermuda trip. It's just something you do to get it out of the way at the beginning of the show, you know?
Right.
So maybe he stops talking about that. No. It's the first 25 minutes. And God, if someone in the chat distracts him with another topic, he'll address that for a few seconds and then go, all right, now it's important to remember my ear hurts. We have to keep talking about that.
Ear banter, says Tiger Lily.
Ear banter, yes.
My wife calls me from the CVS, because
I'm sorry to keep pausing this, but I have to say this. If I get a chance to interview Opie, Carter, file this away if you ever interact with the Opster.
Sure.
I'd love to ask. There's a lot of things I'd like to ask him, but number one might be, when you
Why are you
say
so
that,
good at this?
how'd you get so good at this?
Mm-hmm.
When Opie says the CVS, like he does that with a lot of words. He throws a little Southern accent on it. When I went to the CVS today, I would say, Opie, why do you do that?
I bet I know.
What's the answer?
Probably a big fan of the movie Private Parts.
WCVS.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't think that's why, because he does it with so many words. And I would say, why is that, Opie? Why do you do that? My suspicion is he would have no answer.
I think he wants to come off as an everyman.
Maybe an everyman. I think it's more he has nothing to say, and he's like, this CVS story is going nowhere. But if I say, I went to the CVS, people are like, that's not how he usually talks. Like, it's just a distraction from him saying nothing, I guess. But I'd be curious if he's internalized that at all, if he's ever put any thought into it.
I'll write that
healthcare in America. I'm like, all right, man. You're gonna pick up my my drops for my swimmer's ear. That's gonna be great. Doc saying that you
The doc actually called it hero's ear. I didn't want to correct it.
Hero's ear.
get those drops in your ear. You'll turn around quickly. I'm like, all right, let's do this. She calls me up. She goes, the ear drops are $400. $400. I got insurance. $400. It is FU Friday, so FU to
man.
Earache drops costed $400.
You hear that?
Damages.
You hear that, pharmaceutical industry? You just got FU'd. I'm sure fucking Bristol Myers Squibb, the CEO of Bristol Myers, woke up and was like, ah, shit, it's Friday, isn't it?
Somebody send Luigi Mangione an Opie shirt on the same team.
Pfizer every week is like, are we going to get it today? It's another Friday has come and our assholes have tightened.
I go, you're not paying the $400. Even if you're a CEO that got caught at a Coldplay concert,
topical,
you ain't paying $400 for earache medication drops. Hell no.
Wait, why would that guy pay more? Because he's rich, I guess.
No,
wouldn't he have better insurance?
No, he doesn't have a job, so he has to have private.
Was that what that joke is?
I think so.
I think.
I mean, this guy's been broadcasting since he's 18. Who am I to question a pro?
I mean,
what a segue into a topical news story. Whereas even if you're a CEO, they got caught at a Coldplay concert, which is for some reason my Opie impression now, because that's how he talks.
I do enjoy that he's clearly trying to get on regular radio again because he won't swear.
Oh, he addresses that. We have a clip about that. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I call the doctor back, right? I go, hey, the eardrops that you just prescribed are $400.
Hey, I'm Joe Matarese now. I've come full circle.
He picks up his computer and goes to his neighbor's house. He's like, look at this pile of shit.
I call the doctor and I say, hey, doc, my wife's paying for everything for me to fund my comedy career. What do you say, doc? You want to book me at a high school reunion? What do you think of that? Why is he talking like that now?
Hey, Mr. Hughes, the doctor is currently in surgery saving a life, but if this is important, I can pull him out.
My eardrops are $400. Why?
He goes, $400. They're pretty much generic. They should cost you $10. He goes, don't buy those. I'm like,
what kind of doctor
is them?
Don't buy those. His role is being played by Gilbert Gottfried.
He goes, let me call the pharmacy.
Ends in
So
a
he calls the
joke.
pharmacy. This is oh my God, my hair. You got to grade on a curve today. I can't get any water in my ear. So guess what? I joke about not showering and bathing when I'm living at the ocean, but the fact is I do.
I go back a little. I have to blame my friend Carl for this. These guys, they bully Opie. And Opie keeps saying for some reason, he's like, oh yeah, when I'm at the beach house, I don't shower. And like Carl will play a clip and be like, that's weird, huh? And then usually they move on. I wouldn't say that's the central focus of their coverage. But like Opie's the one putting that out there and people react to it. And then now Opie's like, oh, all these people saying I don't shower. Just because I say it all the time. What's wrong with you people?
I do like that he's choosing not to wear a hat for this one. See?
So, yeah, he has to address his bathing habits.
He's got an ocean.
I'm not
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
An ocean.
exactly.
buying them. He goes, let me call the pharmacy. So he calls the pharmacy. This is oh my God, my hair.
They're on Amazon
you
for
got a grade on a
$12.
curve.
I don't know what these $400 drops are.
Well, again, Cardiff, he's an everyman. He's like Andy Rooney. He's got to tell you the problems of the day. So he's kind of advocating. He's taking the long road to advocate for these $12 eardrops.
I mean, CVS has their own for $5.59.
But they want you to buy the $400 version.
Yes.
Oh, so Daisy.
Got a grid on a curve today. I can't get any water in my ear, so guess what? I joke about not showering and bathing when I'm living at the ocean, but the fact is I do. I might skip a day or two because I feel like my hair looks glorious after a dip in the ocean, but in general, I do bathe and I have good hygiene. Hygiene.
He would be a guy that doesn't shower and he takes baths.
Can you imagine being at the place? Like, yeah, we'll get super chats and we'll joke around, but where like Opie's really feels the need to come on unprompted and be like, I do bathe. Imagine just that sentence. Imagine ever having to say it. I bathe, despite what people think.
That was the same clip. Next, we're on to more FUs.
Oh, good.
Oh, well, Cardiff, it's still FU Friday, so I don't want you to lean back in your chair too much. Don't rest. Because who knows who could be next on the chopping block on FU Friday.
He talks
By
about
the
my
way,
tomato.
it's FU Friday. Please contribute to this fine live stream that I do almost every day when I'm not suffering from some lame ass ailment.
I swear it's 25
tell
minutes.
us, what's bothering you, okay? What is it? Is it when someone writes you back in text with just the letter K? I do that.
Oh.
There's only one reason to respond with K. That means go F yourself. That's the modern day.
Oh, this guy. Whoa! What? What did he just say?
I think they're saying go K yourself, to be honest, Opie.
I want him to end every broadcast now being like, sorry, I gotta go. It's tubby time.
This guy is really a shock jock, and you can tell that's still in his bones, in his DNA, because he's telling people to go F themselves. And by the way, this is like what a bad boy Opie is. He's like, when you respond K, it's when you're being a passive-aggressive little baby. When you don't really want to confront the person because you're a coward and probably don't have a good argument, but you want to get across that you're mad. It's the text equivalent of folding your arms and pouting. Like, oh, cool, Opie.
Text you and you're like, you know what? I don't like this person. I don't like what they're saying right now. So I'm going to just respond with K. But you never want to be on the receiving end of a K. Right. But let us know in the chat what bothered you this week or in general, man.
I wish this whole chat was just K's.
Well, will be now. It's usually 3 when Craig is here, but fill him up.
Hey.
But what a tremendous hack this guy has become. How dare you, Opie? You should give, I was going to say publicly apologize. No. You should call Scorch personally and say, hey, all those jokes I made about the wheel of meat and doucher dressing, I am so sorry that I made fun of those, because I now realize when left to my own devices, I am no better than the color of the day. That's what Opie should say to Scorch. This poor Scorch, who is destitute, living in a trailer somewhere, working on the dive bar locator app, while Opie is in his palace in the Hamptons. How dare he ever make fun of hacks like Scorch when that's Opie? It's in his flesh. It's in his blood. That's what he is deep down. It's just one of these hacks.
Next we have nudes.
Ooh, this sounds
I used to be
scintillating.
Drawing sketch boobies, by the way. That was good. When
he has so many different
I
voices.
couldn't
He's
find,
like, who's that guy? Phil Hendry? Is that the radio guy?
Yeah.
Opie's like, all these different characters are talking to me. This is pervert guy, I guess. I used to draw nudes. Oh, yeah? Why did you do that? Hey, don't interrupt him. He was talking. That's what Opie should do, is all his different characters.
A stack of girly magazines, I would go to the drawings. Yes, I did. Cheers. If you're to the people that would have a stack of magazines outside their house, right? With the newspapers, and you would drag that.
If you know those people, right? This is a new guy I'm trying to say.
It can weigh up to 20, 25 pounds. You got it on your fucking bike. So we're not driving yet. Of course not. You get it home.
F you, those guys.
Your mom's like,
hey, if you're both watching Opie's live stream and you leave stacks of magazines outside your house for bicyclists to drag behind them, if you're that guy, F you.
like, Greg, why do you have a pile of magazines and newspapers? And you're like, well, I'm hoping, Mommy, that they might have some old Sports Illustrated magazines in here.
I like to imagine his wife on the other side of the sliding door, just staring at him, like
Just pointing to her watch. Just like, come on.
she's
Norman Bates.
she's got a single tear running down her cheek on the phone with her mom, being like, "Fuck, I don't know how much."
Is that Greg again? He's going, well, Mommy, I'm just a little boy. Hey, why you got those magazines behind you?
This used to pay our bills, but now he does it for $7.
No, I gotta say, it didn't. This, whatever he's become, this is different. I know people are like, Opie always sucked, but I am of the... Go listen to old Opie and Anthony. He was bad, but he didn't do this.
He wasn't bad all the time.
Right. He had his moments.
Yeah.
I still insist. I never noticed. I never knew that he was as bad as he is. I never knew that they didn't get along. Like it was I loved the show, and he never stood out to me.
Same.
I actually agree, and that's going back with hindsight. You're like, oh, look how bad it was. But in the moment, you're like, this is my favorite 3-man team ever.
Yeah, but I'll say this. Here's what I always say about new Opie versus old Opie. If you go back and watch those or listen to those old clips, he has elements of this. Like there's instances where you're like, oh God, how did we not notice how annoying he was? And people did notice, like callers would call in and you would see stuff on Reddit. Like there are people that did think Opie got in the way of the show and everything. It was nowhere near I mean, this is mental illness, what we're watching unfold. Like if it was this, even if they didn't want to deal with the wrath of Opie, I can't imagine Anthony and Jim sitting there and not calling it out. Where he's like, why up you F you to magazine people? But it is a testament, because we pointed this out, Craig. We did a bonus episode recently about Opie and Anthony. I forget which one where we pointed this out, but there's instances where Opie would do this. And it's credit to Anthony, and I also say shame on Anthony. Because Opie would bring up a topic like this. He would say, hey, you know who I want to throw an FU to today? It's people with stacks of magazines outside their houses. And where I say Anthony was an enabler, because Anthony would go, oh, that reminds me of this, and take you down some beautiful story that he tells about his day on Long Island.
He'd do a couple voices.
He'd throw a couple of voices in there. Jim would slam him a couple times, and we're off to the races. And idiots like the three of us didn't even notice. Did Opie just say F you to magazine people? What does that mean?
He's the orchestrator.
Yeah.
Put this all together. Set in motion.
Yeah.
and then you would just go through it, right? And every once in a while, you're like, I hit pay dirt. But F you to the people that left a stack of magazines and newspapers outside their house in a bundle, and you take it home, you do all that work, and you find nothing.
You hear that?
Nothing.
Pricks?
You found no goodness.
You've had it too good for too long, you sons of bitches. Opie's here to take you down. This is before my time. It sounds to me like Opie was just stealing bundles of magazines from people.
It does sound that way.
It does. No, I'm a little older than you, Blind Mike Geary.
Yes,
this is a thing that was done. We
what?
found a Playboy once. One time there was a Playboy sitting on the top of a pile of magazines that we took.
Okay.
And it became the communal Playboy for the entire street.
Oh.
And after that day, we did nothing but look in the stack of magazines on every corner. Anytime there was something, we were always like wondering, could there be nudity?
It must suck to be the last.
Was there a cracker in the middle of this circle that you and your pals were involved in?
I don't know, but I was always full at the end of it. I always left satisfied.
Imagine being the last one with a go at that thing. Gross.
Well, hey, Craig, now's your chance to say F you to those people. If that bugs you, if that's irking you today, well, not now. It's Sunday. You can't do an F you Sunday.
F you to the communal Playboy guys.
Hey, you know what we're doing here on the Blind Mike Project? We're doing Suck It Sundays. Is there anyone you want to tell to suck it?
But it literally did become like the radioactive man #1 in The Simpsons, where everybody was fighting over ownership of this found Playboy.
It sounds like a simpler time, a better time in a way, you know?
I still have it.
Oh, nice.
That would be something. Do you remember who was on the cover?
Ooh.
No.
No one of note, probably, right?
No, that wasn't until
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Elle McPherson.
Could have just jizzed in it. It'd be worth thousands of dollars.
It's just it's just the Lindsay Lohan remake of the Marilyn. Next we have censorship.
Well, you wanted to know, Craig. Why is he saying F you? Because he wants to get back on radio.
The drops that I'm using.
Whoa, Opie, take it easy. I know you're off the rails. I know you can't be silenced.
The drops.
Opie's saying, like, hey, listen, I've always gone toe-to-toe with management. We've heard it over the years. Management's always breathing down his neck. But that's nothing compared to what these bastards at YouTube are doing to him now. By the way, how many times have we said rape on this show today?
7.
At least. I would say at least. And this is Opie's going to talk about how YouTube has crippled this poor man.
No, the drops that I'm using knock down my earache by 50%. As I sit here, it still fucking hurts a lot, but I can at least talk again. And the ear drops are definitely doing their job. I did some home remedies. You're not allowed to give any type of advice on this thing. I'm just telling you what I did.
By the way, it is. I should note, he's currently talking about earaches. This clip was, I titled it Censorship. Imagine this conversation leading to something you can't say on the internet.
Well, no, it's worse than that, because I got to shout out my pal Corndiff with the chat on the screen. Have you considered Neuralink for the earache? And that leads him to the home remedies that he's tried to cure his earaches.
I think I'm a little better than Elon Musk at these things.
Looked it up online, and I was just pouring. You know what? I'm scared to even say, but I made some concoctions that I was using. Oh my God, I hate.
Opie, stop.
Hey, serious.
Stop self-medicating. So Craig, you've heard the setup there. What do you think? What can't he say? What is he afraid to say?
Probably the N-word.
You nailed it. Yep.
I think it's ivermectin.
You know who's taking all my medicine from me? No, Cardiff nailed it. Cardiff is worried. I don't know what year Opie is living in, but it's at least a few ago. Opie is very worried. He's like, I can't talk about ivermectin. I don't want to be like Joe Rogan where they come after me.
Oh, I heard that.
Yep.
Sorry. I'm sorry that I went after Howard Stern for all those years. Can you hire me back so I can talk freely? Oh my God.
Opie, ivermectin, COVID-19. Go crazy. It's fine. It's not that big a deal.
At a time it was.
Yes. But again, Opie's living in a different era. Like that's a couple of years ago. That was a big deal.
Well, yeah, he did start this by he was being an anti-earache vaxxer.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's all a scam to get your $400.
I have my ear masks on because that's what they're making me do.
And if anyone's curious, Opie's video is freezing, not my video of Opie freezing.
Sure.
Yes, that lines up with the entire rest of the episode. It's probably Opie.
I think I fixed it.
We'll see.
Really, YouTube. Because I got a story of home concoctions for my earache that were kind of working. They were actually kind of working. They gave me a little relief. And I would like to pass that on to the people, but, I'm too scared, so I'm not going to pass it along to the people. All right? Oh, so
really
we're in the middle of
said,
who the man.
What now? What did we do to be so blessed that a Who the Man Friday would also fall on an FU Friday? Oh, are we spoiled?
It's like a blue moon.
It's gonna be a great day.
But it's nice that Opie balances it out because we get to say F you to the boss or someone we want to tell to go F themselves. But we can also say, you know who I think is the man today? And it's always someone topical. Like I believe this week's the man was the guy at the Coldplay concert. So it's really, Opie really goes outside the box when he's trying to think of who the man.
Funny memes, funny memes. Lastly, we have plugs.
Oh, well, I want to hear what
your plugs.
No. That would hurt him too much. I want to hear what Opie is up to these days. There's a podcast we've never talked. Actually, there's two podcasts he promotes that we've never talked about, and I'd like to tell you about them, but I'll let Opie kind of take the lead.
Okay.
Here.
Real quick, Mike. I don't normally do this, but someone in the chat said something that might be worth banning them from this show.
Good.
Okay. Well, let's read it, I guess.
Cindy O says, he reminds me of Brian Regan sometimes.
Oh, Cindy.
I should literally ban them.
Give Cindy another chance. She's just a lady, you know? You know how they get.
That's true. Don't do that ever again or you're gone.
Oh, Cindy. That is that's gauche. That's in poor taste.
That's disgusting.
I don't care for that kind of talk. No, Brian Regan is a genius, and Opie is a rambling moron. I guess they both make noises, so in that way they're similar. But
all right, I leave you with this, dude. Are you the Opie guy from the radio New York days with Patrice O'Neill and other comedians? Aim and fire. No, that's not me. All right, guys. Another episode dropped.
Opie always meets any reference to Opie and Anthony with derision. Well, that is probably a guy messing with him. But let's pretend. What if it was just a guy that's like, "Hey, are you the guy? I saw Opie come up. Are you the guy? You guys, the Catholic Church thing? You guys got fired a bunch? Is that you?" And Opie's like, "Go fuck yourself." Oh, you know me from the only thing I've done in my career? Fuck you.
I got 3 podcasts. I know that sounds stupid, but my main podcast, Opie Radio. It's
let me think of other successful people that have multiple podcasts
and unsuccessful.
Well, there's a lot of unsuccessful people, me included. But like, there's plenty of people that are on multiple podcasts. I guess the problem is the part that sounds stupid is more what Opie's about to say.
The quantity of podcasts is never a brag.
No,
correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's never the number. That's never the metric you want to just advertise.
Oh, I have 15 podcasts. They're all going really well
over the years, and I'm like doing some things with all that content. So I got 3 podcasts. I got the main one, Opie Radio, which I appreciate.
That one, as we've heard, that one's going very smooth.
I think we're watching that now.
Yeah, exactly. We've heard that one's flawless. No problems there. Check. Let's go on to the next one.
Downloading episodes, all these live streams, the audio version, they're up on Opie Radio pretty quickly after I end this thing. And you guys have been downloading, man. The numbers.
Through the roof.
They're squeaking upward a little bit. I mean, nowhere's near that dummy Theo Von, but we're squeaking along.
Yeah, they're certainly not. Yeah, he's a real asshole. Theo Von is a real moron with what he's built.
Well, if you go on TikTok, he is an asshole.
Theo used to do Opie's show, and of course, it's another person that doesn't associate with Opie. And Opie's like, I guess he's the problem again.
He's a dummy.
We've had a little bit of an uptick, as they like to say. You had a little uptick in the ratings. So I got that. And then I got a brand new one called Opie and Carl. It's
about time. Finally, they've put aside their differences. Opie is on the Who Are These Podcasts network. That's exciting. Finally, because to my knowledge, he doesn't know of another Carl that's living. So how could he have started the Opie and Carl podcast?
Clearly, he clearly set that up as his brand new
podcast. His brand new podcast. Now, he did know a guy named Carl Ruiz who
Opie and a Ouija board.
Carl Ruiz sadly passed about 5 years ago.
I don't say this very often. When people
Yeah.
die, they often say, "Oh, they're in a better place," and I'm like, "No, he's not." This one, yes, he is.
Carl is in a better place. He was, at least that one aspect of his life is
Yeah.
much better now. So who's this Carl? And I'm kidding, obviously. It can't be Carl Hamburger. Who's this mystery co-host that Opie has all of a sudden?
It's probably a janitor in his building.
Well, let's find out.
All the episodes I did with Carl Ruiz,
Oh,
because I realized all those early episodes have been buried at this point. Really hard to find unless you scroll.
They're actually impossible to find if you're not looking for them, which nobody is. No one is rummaging through the depths of the internet going, where are they?
Maybe not your algorithm.
Where are my Opie and Carl episodes? You know what? I take that back. As I have Cardiff here with me, maybe there are a couple people that are like, hey, we could make fun of Opie if we find these old episodes.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's doing us all a favor.
Other than that, there's no one that's like, why can't I find them?
he's saving a bunch of people the time to dig.
So Opie made, and by the way, the place people search for stuff like that, that is his content, I believe. So if he put that up on his YouTube channel, I don't have a problem with that. But it's the idea, the branding and the marketing of it, where he's like, yeah, brand new podcast, the Opie and Carl podcast. It's the stuff where a dead guy carried me from 6 years ago. Oh, okay. You're monetizing this? That's interesting.
Nice.
So I'm bringing all those episodes I did with Carl front and center with my other podcast, Opie and Carl. And then the third podcast from my archives is simply called Opie Funny AF.
Simply.
Oh my!
And
it's a perfect title. It rolls off the tongue. It's like Coca-Cola. It's like McDonald's. It just sounds right.
He really hates that Anthony and Jim are funnier than him.
Why? Because he titled the podcast Opie Funny AF.
I'm looking at it right now.
Grammatically, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but it's the way the kids talk, Mike.
Oh, it sure is.
Yeah. That's funny AF. That's how they.
Opie? Wait, is it Opie question mark? Funny AF? Opie? Oh, funny AF.
No, it's an exclamation point.
Opie! Funny AF.
No, that would be 2 exclamation points, just 1.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then it doesn't make any sense to me. Opie.
According to this, Opie Funny AF has 0 reviews on Apple.
That seems impossible.
That's what I'm saying.
It seems impossible for a man who was making millions of dollars in broadcasting.
That can't be right.
Guys, go review Opie. Leave him a 5-star review and shit on him in the comments or something.
And leave your canes and potatoes.
Yes. Yeah. Let them know the Blind Mike Project sent you. But this is so Opie Funny AF. While it's a great catching title, you hear that and you just think, oh, I want to hear this guy being funny AF.
It's just 30-second episodes of him saying stuff with Southern accents.
They already have this podcast, by the way. It's on YouTube. It's called The Nopey Show, where they eliminate Opie from every episode of Opie and Anthony.
On that podcast dropped about an hour ago, 2 hours ago. And I haven't really focused a lot on the Opie and Anthony years because I got a lot of other clips I want to get up there. But
yeah, the BAB days are where he was really funny AF. That's what you want to hear.
I feel like if he started releasing the Opie and Anthony archives, he would get sued by Anthony and Jim.
Well, what do you mean started? Let's hear what the most recent episode was.
A fast-moving clip show. But I put a Patrice O'Neill bit up there today. Yes. It was from Opie and Anthony. It was the time we pranked Leonard.
Now,
Leonard was a guy.
Didn't the chat that started this conversation reference Patrice O'Neill? That he just kind of totally dismissed?
Yeah.
Wasn't the chat like, what? Were you that guy that used to do stuff with Patrice O'Neill?
Shut up. Anyways, another dead guy I'm reaping the benefits of.
Here's exactly what you were talking about.
Now, here, Craig, we reviewed this on Why You Laughing, a bonus episode of Why You Laughing. We talked about this segment, Leonard. It was very funny, where they call the guy from McDonald's. It's a very funny bit that they did. If Opie did something like that, that would actually be, that's what he should be doing, is reviewing old Opie and Anthony clips and telling you, here's what was happening behind the scenes. Or even like, it's crazy that we had this chemistry because we were actually in a big fight at this time. Whatever the fuck. Add whatever context you want to. That would be very
should be doing Office Ladies.
Kind of, yeah. A little more bubbly, though. I would like that. If he was a little more, had a little more gumption than those gals. But Opie, even in this, can't give Anthony credit. Where like Patrice was funny in that segment. Anthony was brilliant. Where he took the phone as a guy named Bill Zamwick and fired Leonard on his 50th anniversary. Like, I would call that an Anthony clip, then a Patrice clip. The least of which I would call it was Opie. And again, Opie contributed to that. He's the one that whispered, Anthony, fire him. Like, that's what Opie was good at. But you don't listen to that clip and go, man, Opie was funny AF.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
I guess.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Go to blindmike.net for everything Blind Mike. Look at me. I did it. Kragers did it.